Welcome to the deep dive. We dig into sources to pull out the key insights, just for you.
That's right.
Today, our mission is, well, we're exploring a list of 25 self-improvement books for 2025. Think of it as a shortcut, getting you powerful ideas, actionable stuff to spark some real growth.
Yeah, and the source for this is Amy Landino's YouTube video, 25 Life-Changing Books to Read in 2025. It's her personal list, her top recommendations.
Right.
So we're really getting a peek into what books made a big impact on her journey.
Yeah.
It's just one perspective, but a really valuable one.
Totally. And Amy's picks cover, wow, such a broad range. Daily habits, productivity, mindset, even deeper stuff like self-awareness. So no matter what you're looking to improve, there's probably something here for you. Okay, let's unpack it. Amy starts with what she calls daily readers.
Yeah, books to kind of kickstart the year with intention, page by page.
So the first one,
It's The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. And what's great is how it makes Stoicism, which can seem kind of dense, really accessible.
accessible how? Like daily chunks.
Exactly. Short entries for each day, not heavy philosophy texts.
And Stoicism, for anyone new to it, it's basically about those core virtues, right?
Yeah.
Self-control, courage.
Justice and wisdom.
Yeah.
It's a practical way to handle life's ups and downs.
And Amy's take, she said she read it daily for 3 years.
3 years, yeah. She mentioned it really changed how she handles herself, her interactions. That's a big endorsement.
It really is. And the page-a-day thing makes it easy to start, right? No huge commitment needed up front.
Definitely removes the barrier. And she apparently marked hers up like crazy notes, highlights. You can tell she really lived with that book.
Mining those nuggets daily. Okay, sticking with daily practice, Amy then recommends her own book.
Right, 365 Days of Good Morning, Good Life.
Wow.
Which comes from her whole Good Morning, Good Life approach. We'll touch on that specific book later, too.
Okay, got it. So this daily reader version, what's the focus?
It's pretty holistic, actually. Covers 7 main pillars, things like mindset, career, wealth, health, relationships, spirituality, and legacy, too.
Wow, that's comprehensive.
Yeah, so you get these little prompts across all these different life areas each day. It's more than just, quick motivation.
Sounds like a solid way to build momentum.
Yeah.
Practical advice daily. And she suggested starting with just these two, Daily Stoic and her 365 days.
Yeah, just 2 pages a day. Super manageable if you're new to this kind of daily reading habit.
Nice entry point. Okay, let's shift gears. How we start the day. Morning routines, mindset, huge topics.
Yeah, absolutely crucial. And naturally, Amy brings up her book, Good Morning, Good Life, again here, but the main one this time,
The methodology book.
right? She calls it a morning routine manual. It's built around these 3 M's: movement, mindfulness, and mastery.
Movement, mindfulness, mastery. I like that. It sounds like taking control from the get-go.
Exactly. Starting the day on your terms, not just reacting.
Powerful stuff. And she pairs that with another one.
Yeah, The High Five Habit by Mel Robbins. Lots of people know Mel Robbins from.
The 5-second rule. Yeah, that was everywhere for a while.
Right. Super popular. So this one, The High Five Habit. The core idea sounds a bit, well, quirky maybe.
Just giving yourself a high five, is that it?
That's the sort of central technique, yeah. But it's about the psychology behind it. Interrupting negative self-talk, conditioning yourself to, celebrate your own efforts.
Ah, okay. Like positive reinforcement, but for yourself.
Exactly. Building that internal support system. Unconditional self-love, getting ready to tackle things. It's like training your brain to be your own cheerleader.
I like that. Being kinder to ourselves. Okay, let's move on. Productivity and focus. I feel like everyone is trying to get better at this.
Oh, absolutely. It's more vital than ever with all the digital noise.
Yeah.
So Amy kicks this section off with the 12-week year.
The 12-week year, Brian Moran. What's the big idea there? Sounds intense.
It kind of is. Instead of annual goals stretched over 12 months, you aim to achieve those same goals in just 12 weeks. Hyper-focused cycles.
Whoa, like compressing a year into a quarter. Why?
Well, the thinking is it creates way more urgency and accountability. You have to prioritize ruthlessly.
I can see that.
Yeah, it forces consistent action. It includes things like weekly plans, tracking progress, definitely for people who want to speed things up.
Any potential downsides? Maybe losing sight of the long game.
That's a fair point. It's very focused on that short cycle, so maybe you need to balance it with longer-term thinking too.
Good point. Okay, next.
Essentialism by Greg McKeown. You mentioned an analogy about energy.
Yeah, I heard it described like you can spread your energy thin across tons of things or focus it like a laser on what truly matters.
That's basically it. Essentialism is all about figuring out the one most important thing or the vital few and putting your energy there. It means saying no a lot.
Saying no to the good to make room for the great.
Exactly. You consciously choose where your energy goes for maximum impact. Super helpful if you feel stretched too thin.
Which is most of us. Okay, and then a different kind of productivity book, The Artist's Way.
Yeah, Julia Cameron. This isn't about business tasks. It's about unlocking creativity, which impacts everything, right?
True. Amy highlighted one specific practice from it.
Morning pages, yes.
Okay, explain morning pages. I've heard the term, but what are they?
So it's simple but powerful. First thing in the morning, you write 3 pages. Longhand. Stream of consciousness.
Just
Anything that comes into your head. Worries, to-do lists, random thoughts, frustrations. The key is no editing, no judging. Just get it out.
like clearing out the mental clutter.
Precisely. It's a mental dump. By getting all that noise onto the page, you free up mental space for clearer thinking, for creativity. It's not meant to be great writing.
It's about the process, not the product. Amy joked about burning hers.
Yeah. It serves its purpose, then it's done. Okay, ready to pivot to business and entrepreneurship.
Let's do it for all the entrepreneurs listening.
All right, first up, Amy strongly recommends Traction by Gino Wickman. Called it life-changing for her business.
It's a strong statement. Who's it for? Just big companies?
No, she said anyone entrepreneurial, solopreneurs, growing teams, doesn't matter. Traction lays out this thing called the Entrepreneurial Operating System, EOS.
EOS. What's that?
It's like a practical framework. 6 parts: vision, people, data, issues, process, and, well, traction. It helps you build a functional structure, get everyone aligned, run things more efficiently.
So building the actual machine of the business, not just the idea.
Exactly. Making it work smoothly. Then she recommends Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell. The title alone. Very appealing for busy founders.
Definitely speaks to a pain point. What's the core message?
It really pushes business owners to identify tasks they shouldn't be doing, things that aren't their core genius, and then strategically delegate them.
Get things off your plate.
Right. Free up your time to focus on the high-level stuff that actually grows the business. It challenges that founder has to do everything mindset.
And Amy made a point that it's not just for huge companies.
Yeah, she really stressed that. Even small operations should think about building a team, leveraging others, freeing up their own time. It's directly linked to growth and earning potential.
Makes sense. Get your time back. Focus on bigger things.
Okay, let's shift again. Self-awareness, resilience, really foundational stuff. Absolutely. So important. Amy starts this section with Quiet by Susan Cain.
Ah, the introversion book. That made such wave.
It really did. Quiet is all about understanding and, importantly, appreciating introverts and their strengths. Amy identifies as an introvert herself.
So it resonated personally.
Deeply. She said it helps introverts see their strengths, like deep thinking, focus as advantages, not things to overcome, and the importance of self-care, needing that alone time to recharge.
Embracing who you are. A good reminder that self-help isn't one size fits all. Next, another Ryan Holiday.
Yep, The Obstacle is the Way. This one offers a powerful perspective shift.
How so?
Instead of seeing problems or challenges as, just bad things that stop you, it teaches you to see them as opportunities.
Opportunities? For what?
For practice, for learning, for growth. It uses Stoic ideas to show that how we respond to difficulty builds strength and wisdom. The obstacle becomes the path.
Wow, finding the way through the challenge, not around it. I like that. And then Brene Brown.
Daring Greatly. A huge name in vulnerability and courage research. Amy found this one particularly impactful, especially for ambitious women.
How did it redefine ambition for her?
She felt it shifted ambition from just relentless chasing of goals to having the courage to show up authentically, to be vulnerable, to step into the arena even if it's scary.
So vulnerability not as weakness, but as the birthplace of courage.
Exactly. Allowing yourself to be seen, pursuing your calling, even with the fear of judgment. Okay, how about some practical systems? Time management, productivity tools.
Yes, let's get practical.
Amy starts with a classic, surprisingly, How to Live on 24 Hours a Day by Arnold Bennett. It's older, more like an essay.
Interesting choice. What's the takeaway if some parts are dated?
The core wisdom about perceiving time is still relevant. It pushes you to consciously think about how you allocate your hours, rather than letting routines just happen to you.
Becoming intentional with time.
Right. She mentioned Bennett questioning things like the time spent on formal dinners, making you examine even mundane habits and ask if they truly serve you. Really valuing your time.
Makes you stop and think about those time sinks. Okay, what's next? A big one, I bet.
Definitely. Getting Things Done by David Allen. GTD. This is like the foundational text for modern productivity for so many people.
The beginning of it all, Amy called it.
Yeah, it provides that comprehensive system: capture, clarify, organize, reflect, engage. It's about getting everything out of your head and into a trusted external system.
So your brain isn't trying to juggle everything.
Exactly. Reduces stress, gives you control, essential if you feel overwhelmed by tasks.
Sounds like a lifesaver. And she mentioned building on GTD.
Right. She recommended building a second brain and the PRRA method, which are associated with Tiago Forte.
Okay, how do they connect?
Building a second brain applies similar principles, but to organizing your digital information and knowledge, creating a personal knowledge system.
Okay. And PRA.
PRA projects, areas, resources, archives is a specific method for organizing that digital second brain. A practical framework. Amy suggested reading GTD, then these two together for a big productivity boost.
A productivity trifecta. Got it. And one more in this vein.
How to Take Smart Notes by Sunka Ahrens. Amy pointed out very accurately that we're often never really taught how to take notes effectively.
So true, we just scribble things down.
Right. This book introduces a method, often called Zettelkasten, for taking notes that are interconnected. It's about engaging with ideas, not just recording them, to boost learning and creativity.
Turning notes into a thinking tool, not just a storage bin, seems useful for, well, everyone.
Absolutely. Students, professionals, personal learning. Game changer, potentially. Okay, ready to talk money.
Financial well-being, always important. Let's dive in.
Amy kicks this off with Big Money Energy by Ryan Serhant. She notes it's less technical, more about mindset.
Like his personal story and energy.
Yeah, his proactive approach, his success story, she felt it could be motivating, especially if you have a tricky relationship with the idea of money itself. Less about spreadsheets, more about attitude.
Interesting angle. Cultivating a positive money mindset first, then...
You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero.
Love that title. What's the focus here?
Amy liked the relatable, often funny perspective, particularly for women. She stressed how important it is for women to talk openly about money, challenge limiting beliefs, and really own their financial power.
Connecting financial health to overall well-being, empowering stuff.
Totally. Encouraging proactive engagement. Next, I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ronit Sethi.
Heard good things about this one. Practical.
Very practical, according to Amy. No-nonsense advice on building a solid financial base, saving, investing, managing money effectively, but without, extreme guilt or deprivation. Straightforward.
Sounds refreshing. Just actionable steps. Okay, another classic next.
Yep. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Amy suggested this one specifically if you feel uncomfortable with wealth or have negative money beliefs.
Why that specific group?
Because it can really shift your mindset about how money works. Financial literacy, assets versus liabilities, making money work for you, not just working for money, challenges conventional thinking.
Definitely a mindset shifter. And for business owners specifically.
Profit First by Mike Michaelovich. Amy called this essential for business finances.
Profit first. What's the principle?
Super simple but powerful. Pay yourself. Take the profit first before you pay expenses. It forces you to manage cash flow differently and ensures profitability is built in.
Sounds counterintuitive, but effective.
She really emphasized its practicality for managing real cash, not just accounting numbers, and suggested grabbing the worksheets online to really implement it.
Good tip. Okay, we're nearing the end of the list, moving into deeper territory.
Yeah, spirituality, deeper self-awareness, going beyond the practical skills. First is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz.
Amy compared this one to Stoicism, Inner Truth.
Yeah, and its focus on core principles for living. It's a very short book, but potentially very impactful. The subtitle is A Practical Guide to Personal Freedom.
And the agreements themselves.
Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. Simple, but adopting them can really help break limiting beliefs.
Powerful, simple guides for living more mindfully. And the final book.
The final one is The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. This one sounds like it goes pretty deep into consciousness.
How so? What's the core idea?
Amy described it as potentially leading to a really profound shift. It's about learning to observe your thoughts and emotions without being them.
Distinguishing the thoughts from the self.
Exactly. Recognizing the difference between that voice in your head and your actual consciousness, the observer. This separation can lessen the grip of negative thoughts, reduce taking things personally.
Leading to more inner peace and a broader perspective.
Yeah, potentially changing how you experience your whole life. A really thought-provoking one to end on.
Wow. What a journey through these 25 books. It's clear there's just a huge wealth of insight here covering so many areas of life.
Absolutely. This deep dive is really just a starting point for you, the listener. We hope it's sparked some curiosity.
Yeah, definitely check out the ones that resonated most with you. Each one offers different tools, different perspectives for your own growth journey. So as you think about all these different ways to approach self-improvement, from daily habits to deep mindset shifts, here's a final thought.
What single area right now feels most ripe for your deeper exploration? Where do you want to take action first? That's your invitation for your own deep dive.